of the volume of the wideband, this attenuates the price. So, for the end user, international liaisons, we have submarine links, Annaba, Europe. We have in Algeria through main exits, one from Annaba, which is in the eastern part of the country, opening up on the Mediterranean, and this links Europe to Algeria. 600 gigabytes per second in 2012, and there is a new link, an old link, which is Algeria-Spain, which was updated 80 gigabytes in 2013. As I said, 4 or 5 years ago, we used to work at 10 gigabytes second, and then one is underway or in the pipeline. That's one from Oran to Spain, and this will cover the 1,200 kilometers of sea shore of Algeria. Now, terrestrial links, we have Annaba with Tunisia, optic fiber, and we talked about this when our Tunisian friend referred to that. We have with Morocco through Tlemcen to Oujda, and then Libya in Aminas, and we have a project, fiber optic, that we will consider regional between Algiers Zinder in Niger, Abuja, all the way down to Nigeria. This is a project underway. Now, this project, as you can see on this slide, comes in the NEPAD PIDA project, or NEPAD project, for 4,700 kilometers length, half of which is in Algerian territory. Just to give you an idea about the density of our territory. Now, for as far as the Algerian side, we have finished our work. We have fiber optic all the way down to the borders with Niger, and another one with Mali. In terms of peering through these links, I think the most important thing has already been said, is that peering in Africa is in its embryonic stage, and this is the case in Algeria. We consider today that it's Algeria Telecom which is the dominant operator in access to the internet, and it does peering with one operator for something like 2.5 years. Transit at the international level is the most used service, and it is done with the traditional European operators, Telefonica, Orange, Tiscali, etc. Algeria Telecom has spared no effort to have a pub that is in Marseille to do some savings and to ensure service quality on its traffic once it is in the European territories. To summary, peering is still to be developed. Okay, the national backbone, it's the DWDM that is covering all the territory. We have the national loops in the north, 350 gigabytes, or the regional loops, and this is to show you the fiber optic network in Algeria. This is the northern part, this is the southern part of the country. As I said earlier, fiber optic is reaching Mali and Niger borders. And to reach this, there has been a strategy developed by the country for high debit, to make high debit available nationwide at an accessible and convenient price, because we are in the generation of internet access, and all the efforts that are deployed by the Algerian government by building infrastructure, knowing that costs are high, but still we want to make sure it is accessible. but there are efforts also deployed in terms of finance to de-tax many services in relationship to the internet or equipment that is imported. So this strategy consists in developing local content and services to the advantage of the administration and users and the private sector. These are axes that we are working on to take advantage of the ITC's technologies to make investment profitable. It has been said today, this morning, that infrastructure in fiber optic is very, very costly and very difficult to find investors. So Algeria has been a program developed in 2009 to serve to extract the expected results by giving the speeding up of ITC's use in the administration, the speeding up of use of ITC's in businesses, and impulse development of digital economy, upgrading or upscaling the national framework, legal framework, because most of the text dates back to last decade, and they need to be upgraded so that we could meet the new demands. You have the organizational framework that needs to be adapted, because we need to adapt the value chain to make sure the other actors are there, not only in services but also all the infrastructure. Then you have the financial means, and the government has developed a lot of money to support infrastructure. So the objectives of have been fixed in as far as strategy to make sure by 2015 2 megabytes on average to 85% of the Algerian households. So we still have a long way to go, and by 2020 we want to reach 100 mega to every household. This is what has been taken into account. It's the family, the household, not the individual. So 100 mega and 8 mega for the 15%, remaining 15%. So we need to build networks that will be support and help this quality service. Now, fiber optic is the system that we are using. Or call upon the most modern, sophisticated non-fiber optic technologies. So this has been the 70 measures to reach the objectives of this strategy. 35 of these measures are devoted to infrastructure development, XPs, and critical resources of the internet. I will not list them all, but I will talk about the most important. Deployment of mobile high debit in 2013, and we have obligations so that quality service be strengthened by the use of fiber optic fiber or fiber optic, deployment of LTU by the incumbent operator to speed up internet access through the landline, IDSL. And of course, there is a whole program of fiber optic, of linking all schools, health, so that they could be connected by fiber, and all the industrial offshore activities, just like commune, local governments. So in as far as the new constructions, now any developer has to meet certain needs in the specifications to develop any area in such a way as to offer infrastructure that will be convenient for fiber optic system. And Algeria Telecom will modernize its network, that is the local loop, which is outdated now, all needs to be renewed. One of the fundamental bases that have helped in working this strategy was said this morning, is sharing infrastructure, pooling of efforts and optic fiber resources to speed up development and save money, time and resources. And it's mainly where we have efforts to be deployed. And then roles to all promoters or the local governments in the development of the passive infrastructure. And universities, health services will have a community-based network because they have specific needs, important needs to their. And then there's also the contribution of any resources from the public works, energy, facilities, utilities. Remember, Algeria is a country that has penetration rate in energy, 100% penetration rate in as far as that is to say, when you put fiber optic, is going to be a tool to help promote high and very high debit. So now we already have 45,000 kilometers. We are going to add 20,000 extra resources. In sum, there are actions that will be for the support of other infrastructure, data center, hosting, to boost the economy, especially SMEs and petite enterprises, cloud and access center, community internet center, access centers. So, to summarize what I have said, these measures for the pooling of resources and the involvement of the public authorities in the investment aim at lowering costs of the wideband, be it national or international, to improve service quality, to improve quality service. You know that GIGS was established or is being established. This will allow us to have more economy, more savings, and there are 4 exchange points that are provided for. The first one will be in the city of Algeria. So we have also interconnections, regional interconnections are expected to take place, and what we want is that the operators need to be encouraged and enticed to develop peering through these exchange points, but also for data services, the voice IP and other services. So these probably will be an exchange platform of all services. And I believe that, or we all believe that, this is not enough unless we have a local content to have a good part of our local traffic content in the local traffic. I believe that the needs in international wideband will never be increased in an exponential way. So it's up to us, it's to our best interest to develop local content infrastructure. Thank you very much.